to the Real Travel Agents of Florida series. I am Kat Wendorf, and my husband is Ira Wendorf of Top Secret Travel of Florida, where we will bring to you all things related to travel and saving money. That's right, the hot subjects that make for interesting dinner talk, and of course, the dessert, my favorite part of the meal. How to save money and travel like a king or a queen for pennies on the dollar. After all, I wrote the book, and the morning show thought that it was interesting enough to have me tell my story 15 years ago, and I'm still discovering new ideas and places to share with everyone. This isn't your ordinary gossip reality show, although we will spill the tea in our news stories. Just like your traditional television series, we will take you along on our journeys so that you can experience firsthand all the wonderful sights and sounds of the world around us. This isn't just about saving on travel. This is about you, the consumer, getting a new mindset on how to travel on the cheap. You'll be receiving practical, everyday financial advice, particularly on saving in every area of your life. We will teach you through DIY tips and tricks tried by yours truly. We encourage you to interact in the comments below and ask travel, savings, and DIY questions. Your questions may be featured in an upcoming episode. Remember, please, to keep it clean and respectful as part of our channel. And if you would like our videos and subscribe, we'd love to have you in our community. Andiamo, let's go. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, and Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Did you know that Cupid shot his arrow right into our hearts because we were married on Valentine's Day 16 years ago tomorrow? So in this 2024 economy, how do couples celebrate their anniversaries and their Valentine's Day on the cheap? For us, it'll be a pizza using an emailed coupon from a local eatery. Folks, it doesn't have to be expensive to be appreciated. It's pizza. Who doesn't like a good romantic pizza? We set small budgets for our presents for each other's gifts. The other night, he gave me one of my anniversary gifts ahead, an 8-month supply of ladies' razors. Very thoughtful and useful and way under budget. When it comes to travel, we would not miss the opportunity to travel. But for us, I'd like you to see yourselves introducing travel that fits in or below a budget before you put it onto your calendar. We'll get more into that subject in the upcoming episodes. For this week's hot slice of pie, we have the following news stories. Please be careful to note, these are just recaps of the news that we happened upon. They're not in any way meant to reflect Top Secret Travel or the host agency's views. The first news story that we have for you is shocked airplane passenger spots electrical tape all over the Boeing 787 wing during a long flight. A UK passenger became startled on board a recent flight when he noticed pieces of tape on the exterior of the Boeing 787 during a long flight from Manchester, UK to India on February the 5th while traveling with his fiancée. One might wonder, could this be a maintenance issue with the airline? Per the airline's response, apparently this tape is FAA approved, just a temporary fix until they apply a new black top coat layer to all of their planes soon. What? What? I know duct tape can be used for many applications and other tapes, but what? In an unrelated story, we were 20 minutes ourselves from boarding an international flight earlier this year when it came out that the pilot's window glue was not able to dry due to the heat and humidity. So they couldn't put it back in properly, and our flight was delayed. True story. It was eventually canceled 8 hours later. Now, that was a scary sight, seeing the cockpit window out. However, aggravating the start of our trip was, the airline explained that this happens from time to time on aircraft. What? Who knew? The second news story is not uncommon during January and February, but to see so many cruise lines reporting the same issues, it's a little unusual. Climate change, anyone? Inclement weather continues to rock the Caribbean islands. High winds and waves have been causing difficulty for cruise ships in the Eastern Caribbean and the Virgin Islands. We have Carnival Magic, who was docked in Ocho Rios, Jamaica on February 6th, where the waves were so strong it rocked the ship right into the pier. This completely destroyed the pier and damaged the side of the ship. The crew cabins were flooded and the crew had to go to their muster stations. The ship had to be unloaded and then moved to another local pier and loaded the passengers back on board by 8 p.m. that night. The itinerary had to be canceled for the next day. Princess Cruise Lines and Royal Caribbean ships also had issues due to weather, as the U.S. Virgin Port Authority issued a bad weather warning. Wave activity was strong at St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, which made navigation difficult for the large vessels, as the system continued to affect the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and the Leeward Islands. January and February are rough seas months, but there are deals to be had, ladies and gentlemen, if you're brave and you have your sea legs. Does anyone have a spare pier that we might borrow? Just kidding. This story we will be touching on a lot more in the coming months, I'm sure. Cruise prices. Cruise prices rise as operators meet surging travel demand. It started with the Carnival and Royal Caribbean raising prices earlier, but now in Q1 2024, we're seeing across the board a ton of cruise lines with ships that are packed or sold out for certain dates and itineraries. The desire for cruise travel is strong. With food prices soaring all over, we first noticed the specialty dining increases, but now it seems gratuities, Wi-Fi, and even the drink packages are all being increased. Why? Well, capacity demand is up. The average price of a 5-night cruise has increased by 43% compared to pre-COVID prices of 2019. This is just as of December of 2023 for a basic Caribbean cruise. The challenge for the cruise industry, one of the many challenges, is that the lines all have this debt to deal with as they grow. With the price of fuel being a consideration, they're eager to operate closer to the home ports while still meeting the destination experiences that you've come to expect. Cruise traffic at the Palm Beach port soared in 2023. The Port of Palm Beach saw cruise passenger traffic increase by 183% from 2022. Yes, 183%. The port was completely full on February 1st. Every single berth was occupied. The port commissioner of 22 years, Wayne Richards, said this is unheard of. Margaritaville at Sea Cruise Line, which was formerly the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line, is now filling up, and they also have added a Tampa second home port for 2024 with cruises that are 3 nights or greater to Mexico and the Caribbean. The ship at the Port of Palm is the former Costa ship that underwent a series of renovations in May of 2023. She holds 1,690 guests. Recently, they added a pickleball court, an outdoor lounge space, a dueling piano bar, and a new burger joint. You can score a deal on a 2-night cruise between Palm Beach and Freeport, Bahamas, and you can also opt to extend your stay at their partner hotels on the Grand Bahama Island. These 2-night cruises are the lowest prices you will find anywhere. Comment below, would you go on this cruise? Are you interested? The last story we have for you today, the Love Boat, will be featuring a themed cruise with the original cast to set sail this summer. Princess Cruises has announced they will have the second Love Boat themed cruise with a 7-day trip from August 31st through September 7th. Fans of the popular show can sail along with Doc, Gopher, Isaac, and Vicky as they cruise from round trip New York to Canada and New England on the Enchanted Princess. Doc, Bernie Coble, Gopher, Fred Brandy, and Isaac, Ted Lane will be on board, as well as the bartender Ezra Freeman from the CBS reality series The Real Love Boat. They will join the cast as well as other surprise guests. There will be a sail-away party, meet and greet, and signing ops. You can even have your vows renewed by the cast and join a Q&A session. There will be screenings of the show, trivia, and the Love Boat-inspired menu. Specialty cocktails, anyone? Super fans can purchase a VIP package with an invitation to an exclusive cast cocktail party. Reserve seating for the cast Q&A, frontline access for your autographs and photos, dinner at the captain's table, t-shirts and mugs for your experience. Wow, wowza. This trip sails from New York City and visits Newport, Rhode Island, Boston, Rockland, Maine, St. John, Canada for the Bay of Fundy, and Halifax, Canada. Prices start at $1,100 per passenger for an interior cabin, plus $240 for taxes, fees, and port expenses. Your VIP package is additional. Sounds like a fun time. Comment below. What do you think? Are you interested? If you're interested, reach out below and one of the agents will get back to you. In a world of booking travel online for yourself, it is important to understand why you should use a travel agent. A travel agent can bring you not only their vast knowledge and ideas when planning your next adventure, they can usually offer you a better deal than you can get booking it by yourself. One common misconception: using a travel agent makes the trip more expensive. Wrong. That could not be more false. Using a travel agent gets you many things for free. It gets you reliable, updated information. We offer suggestions so you don't miss out on things that you may have overlooked. An excellent TA can usually get their clients a better rate, location, or package perk when booking for them. Why? That is because they work with large consortiums that have booking power with the cruise lines, the hotels, and vendor operations. And we have pick of the availability before the consumer does, which can lock in a better rate. We can always lock in a great rate for you. We appreciate you listening to us today and hope this channel will bring you the content in the future that you, the consumer, want and need to make an informed decision when deciding how, where, how much to spend on your travel plans and who to book through. And not only on travel, but savings for everyday things in your life. We encourage you to shop your cruise, hotel, and destination travel, and then send Top Secret your online quote, info@topsecrettraveltips.com, and see if that price can be matched or a perk for booking through an agent. Until the next time, travel like a king or a queen. Bye for now.